adding and subtracting polynomials. So we're going to take a look, first of all, the introduction of adding polynomials. So the idea here, right, the idea here is that we're essentially just adding numbers together. We're combining like terms, right? So it's all about combining like terms here, and consider it as if this was written differently. Imagine that you had, say, a 4 minus 5 plus 16. I'm going to leave out the variables essentially, and so we get a negative 4 minus 5 plus 16 plus 4 minus 1 plus 9. So we're just looking at this without the variables right here for a second. Imagine you had this, right? They're all the same kind of number. They're all constants. Do we need this? Do we need these parentheses? And the answer is no, we don't. We could actually rewrite this as negative 4 minus 5 plus 16 plus 4 minus 1 plus 9. And we can do that because the plus 4 plus negative 1 is negative 1, plus 9, plus positive 9 is plus 9. We can just go ahead and add these, right? Okay, so that's something you can do. And so essentially the same thing occurs when we're looking at polynomials. So we can actually, when we're adding polynomials, we don't need to worry about the parentheses. Let's take them out. Okay, so we get negative 4y cubed minus 5y plus 16 plus 4y squared, and of course this is plus a negative, so it's just minus y, and this is plus a positive, so this is plus 9. Okay, so now the next thing that we've got to look at is we've got to actually look at writing these in standard form, right? So we want standard form. So we're going to start with the highest exponent. We're going to work our way down, and we're going to combine like terms. Okay, so starting with the highest exponent, that's a cube here. So we got negative 4y cubed. We don't have any more cubes, so we're going to start with that negative 4y cubed. Okay, second term, we're going to look at the rest of the exponents. We've got a positive 4y squared, and we don't have any more squares, so that's just going to be plus 4y squared. Okay. Let's look at the next one. The next one here is y to the first power. We've got two of those. We've got a negative 5y and we've got a negative y. When we add those two together, that gives us negative 6y. Okay, and then finally we have our last terms here. We've got a 16 and a 9. We add those together. That gives us plus 25. And that's our polynomial written in standard form. It's added together, so that's how you do that. It is just a matter of combining like terms. So if you're used to combining like terms, which at this point you should be, you won't have any trouble with this. Okay. And just double check that you put the signs in right and so on, and you should be all set. Let's take a look at another question, okay? Another question here, same idea again, right? Notice you don't need the parentheses. All you're doing is adding, so all the signs remain the same, okay? So we're going to look at this as 5h cubed minus 8h. This is plus negative, so we're going to minus 2h cubed minus h squared minus 2h, right? We're not actually changing the signs in here at all. We're just adding it up. We're just taking away the parentheses, and there's a plus there, so that kind of plus kind of disappears because it's not really needed, okay? You keep whatever signs are inside, okay? So that's what we've got going on, and so now we're going to write this in standard form. So we've got to start with the highest exponent and work our way down. Well, the highest exponent is a 3, and we've got two of them, so 5h cubed minus 2h cubed, that's 3h cubed. And then our next one down is squared. We've only got one of those, so that's minus h squared. And then our next one down is going to be our h to the first power. We've got two of those as well, so that's negative 8h minus 2h, so that's negative 10h in total. And that's all you do with that. All right, I'm going to leave it at that one. I'm going to move on to the next one for you, right? As I said, this one here is just about remove the exponents and combine like terms. That's the key idea here. Okay. Looking at the second one, we're talking about subtracting polynomials. Okay, so there's one thing you got to watch out for here. All right, when you're subtracting polynomials, the first one stays the same. You can just remove the exponents, or you can remove the exponents. You can remove the parentheses from the first one, so that gives you negative 5t cubed plus 4t squared minus t. But now you got to watch out because you're subtracting, right? So when you're subtracting everything inside the parentheses here. So you do need to kind of distribute this subtraction amongst all of the terms. So this is minus a positive 8t squared. So that's minus 8t squared, and this is minus a positive t, so that's minus t, okay? So you got to watch out. What you're doing is you're just changing the signs inside the parentheses as you're removing them. So that's the only difference with subtraction, okay? And so from there, all we do is once again combine like terms. Now we've got everything the same. We've got, oh, that's not the same. So we've got our negative 5t cubed to start, starting at the highest one, working our way down. So working our way down, we get ourselves a square next. So we've got a, oh, that happens from time to time. We've got ourselves a square next. So this is our 4t squared minus 8t squared. So it's negative 4t squared. And then we've got our t, which is our negative t and negative t. That's negative 2t. Same idea as what we're doing with the addition, right? Exactly the same idea as what we're doing with addition. Right? The same idea as what we're doing with addition, but just that we're changing the signs in the second parentheses. That's all there is to it, okay? So let's look at one more before moving on, okay? So change the signs first, okay? So we start off with our 3x cubed plus 4x squared. Just remove the parentheses first. Then change the signs as you're distributing in this negative. So minus a positive 2x cubed is negative 2x cubed. Minus a positive 3x squared is negative 3x squared. And minus a negative x is plus x. Okay, so watch out for that. Changing signs. It's just changing signs. That's all there is to it. Okay, and then from there, we combine like terms. So the highest exponent first, this gives us x cubed, 3x cubed minus 2x cubed, right? And the next one is our squares. 4x minus 3x squared, so 4x squared minus 3x squared, so that's plus x squared. And then our last one is just this x by itself here, so plus x. Okay, so that's all there is to the subtracting polynomials, right? That is all there is to it, okay? So the last one that we want to look at is adding and subtracting together. So this one here, just a word of warning, it's exactly the same idea. Just watch out how they actually show you it. They're just showing you different ways. So you gotta set this up for yourself. So if you've got e plus f, for example, right? Set up e plus f. So you got 6c squared minus 2c minus 1. It's addition, so you don't need to worry about any parentheses or changing of signs. And so that's minus 4c squared plus 7c plus 5, and so on. If this was a minus, just make sure you're changing all the signs, and you go from there. And that's all there is to that. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and there you have it.